broadcasting today live from the saloon bar. Sister Sue's just checking you there.
I am.
Fully in control of everything that's happening.
Oh, always.
Yeah. What did you do yesterday? Was it free chili with every glass of something? Is that how it went?
Yes. Monday nights in the pub are free chili or curry nights.
Oh, that's fantastic.
It's it's really nice. £3 a pint on some pints.
£3 a pint?
Wow. Yeah. Wow. And some free chili. So, if you're hungry, you can get your dinner and a pint.
Wow. And is that just for students?
No, for everybody.
Oh, okay, it's very good. Anyway, if only we mentioned the pub, we would know what we're talking about. Yeah. Anyway, today's confession and another smart speaker to give away. It goes to Nigel. Nigel, thank you very much. Simon and the crew. By the way, 12 certificate on this one.
Oh, really?
Contains comic book violence.
Okay.
My story is about the revenge of a much maligned and mistreated child on his adult nemesis. At the grand old age of 59, I think it's time I finally got something off my chest, Father Simon. In 1970, when I was just 7 years old, I was a first-year junior in Class 11 at St Custard's Infants and Junior School. I had a female teacher by the name of Miss Arbuthnot, a substantial Welsh woman who clearly hated me. I never gave her cause to be so vile to me, but from day one, she took an instant dislike to me, and I got the blame for everything. It didn't matter. If someone was talking, it was me who got the blame. If something got broken, it was me who broke it. If something got stolen, it was me who stole it. If someone left the taps running in the staff toilets, it was definitely me. If the cricket pavilion had somehow blown away in a force 10, guess who would have got the blame? She never blamed the sunshine, the moonlight, or the boogie.
No.
She just blamed me, 7-year-old Nigel. I was always getting sent out of class to stand outside the headmaster's office, so you get the drift. I put up with this nonsense for almost the whole of the school year until it was the week of the break before the summer holidays. You remember how all of the work that you'd done and been put on the walls was all taken down, ready to be taken home for the next year's intern coming in. Well, the work was either thrown away there and then, or you got to take yours home, where it then got thrown away by your parents eventually, after it's stuck on the fridge for about a year. Well, anyway, Miss Arbuthnot's desk was littered with drawings, paintings, poems, and drawing pins. Now, I'm not talking about the namby-pamby ones you used to put up Christmas decorations. I'm talking about real school drawing pins. Oh, yeah. Not the weedy wet ones for weedy wets, but sturdy British drawing pins with proper upstanding values. More to the point being the appropriate word, they were the type of drawing pin you saw in the Beano.
Yes.
The kind the Bass Street kids might use for a jolly wheeze. Anyway, it was lunchtime, and Miss Arbuthnot was always first out of the door to get to the dining hall, leaving many of the kids in the class. I used to go home for lunch and walk back with a friend. As I waited for him to come to my class, I devised a plan. When all the other kids had left, don't try any of this at home.
Yeah. Yeah.
I took one of the drawing pins and I put it on her chair. And I pushed the chair back under her desk. I didn't tell anyone, not even my friend. I didn't even tell him what I'd done. Plausible deniability, I think it's called. I absolutely was ahead of the game here. I couldn't wait to get back into school after lunch to see the fruition of my revenge. Not quite sure that works. Anyway, to see a Beano comic strip come to actual life, because this kind of thing happens all the time in comics.
Yes.
Can it actually happen in real life? All of us kids had to stand when Miss Arbuthnot sat down. I say sat down, but actually she dropped onto the chair, a bit like a Harrier jump jet. Just like she was in Billy Bunter. She shouted, Yaroo! And then oof! And then yow! Exclamation mark! She stood up faster than she'd sat down. How I kept a straight face, Father Simon, to this day I do not know. But it still makes me laugh as I think of it now. Well, this time she went around the entire class and asked each of us in turn, had we put a drawing pin on her chair? Not an ordinary drawing pin, but a school drawing pin with upstanding values. When she got to me, she asked if I'd put the pin on her chair, and I said, no, perhaps the pin on your chair rolled off your desk, miss. Much to my surprise, even though I'd used a patronizing voice, I didn't get the blame this time. So it remains for me to say, if you're out there, Miss Arbuthnot, and listening, it actually was me.
Yeah.
And I realised that it is most definitely not the way to behave, and that we should show respect to teachers at all times, even those like Miss Arbuthnot. All the best, guys, says Nigel. Could you spot the bit that was
Yes, I can.
that wasn't quite in the original?
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm not sure. I think Nigel is in trouble here. St Custard's Infants and Junior School. Miss Arbuthnot sounds like an interesting teacher, an interesting class. Sister Susie, what say you?
Well, Nigel, I do feel for you because I have been that child in the class myself. I was a geography teacher who I got the blame for every noise in the class, and I didn't do all of it. I did some of it, but not all of it.
Right.
So I do feel for you. However, I do think it's a bit mean, and that must have really hurt. And I just, and also not owning up to it. I can't forgive you. Sorry, Nigel.
I thought
not
it wasn't going to
forgiven
go
from
very
me.
well there for you, Nigel. Brother from another gutter.
I mean, yes, I have to say, I don't think she was hurt too bad. I mean, it's just drawing pin, isn't it? And,
Ouch.
you know, I mean, they're very small, and I don't think they'll cause her any lasting pain. And also, I get the feeling she offered him the chance of redemption by saying, I think it probably is Nigel who's done this because I blame him for everything else. And she gives him the chance, and he says, no, it wasn't me. And offers, I think, a pretty plausible excuse of the pin might have rolled there. So, in a way, didn't they all win? Didn't we all learn a lesson? I think we all did.
No.
So for that reason...
Let us know if you're floundering.
So for that reason, I
Yes.
choose to forgive.
The morals of the cesspit in action once again.